This is Shelby, and we're from Bitch Please.
Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to our second attempt at a live. This time we have sound.
Yep.
We have video.
It is here.
We are here.
We are here.
We can't see the comments on the TV because.
Nope. So if we're looking down, it's because we're trying to hear what y'all have to say and what's going on.
Yeah. That's the only way we can do it at this point. So,
but we're here and it's working and we're up and you can hear us and you can see us and we look good. So there it is.
Yeah. So everybody that's in the chat room, I don't know if you're on Instagram, Twitter,
we're not on TikTok.
We're not on Twitter. On Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube. If you're on one of those, just say hey, let us know you're watching. Hello. Send all the love.
All the love.
And buckle in, because this is about to be a ride. Yep. Anyways, before we get started, if you guys have watched us before, we always ask how our screws are. So before we get started, how are your screws?
They're not bad today.
Okay.
They're actually good. I had a chill day today.
Nice.
I was off.
Okay.
Got a bunch of shit done. Cleaned my house, which always makes me feel very centered and very good about life. Went and got groceries. I did all the adult shit today, and some chill shit.
Okay.
I was very lazy in the morning and just kind of laid around.
As you should have been.
Yeah,
it's your day off.
Exactly. Went and got breakfast. It was a good time.
Nice.
It was a good time. Went to this place called Nick's Diner.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly where it is, to be honest with you.
I've heard of it,
but dope ass place. I'm not supposed to tell anybody.
Why?
Because Lex was like, "This is my spot," and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna tell everybody about it because it's like good. It's really good. Secrets out."
Most of the people that are watching don't even live in the area, so
yeah. So Nick's Diner is a great place if you ever come in. Oh, see, there it goes. But yeah, Dee, how's your screws?
My screws are good. Well, okay, let me stop lying. My screws are okay. Yeah.
What's going on?
They're
with them?
Okay. I just this whole process always just gets me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
So I'm just, yeah, I just am. Today wasn't a bad day though. Went to work, had all the things. It was a chill day. I got a pair of scrubs because my other scrubs, these thighs, was wearing and tearing them bad boys.
Girl.
So I had to get a replacement. Yeah, they was in there like
remix.
Yeah. Patch it. So
we can't edit this out.
No,
this is not live.
So I keep forgetting that. Whoops. So, but yeah, so I got new scrubs, which is always great, and I got them in my standard black.
Yeah.
So
love that.
Yeah,
love that. Okay.
How are you guys' screws? If you don't respond quickly enough, we're gonna move right on.
Yeah. 9, 8, 7, 6. Now we're playing.
But yeah, I hope everybody's screws are good today. I hope you guys have done things to make you happy and just smile or do
and
whatever.
Fulfilled.
And fulfilled.
And loved. And whatever.
Or just laugh. If you had to trip somebody, then you had to trip somebody.
Girl, for real.
That makes me chuckle.
Honestly?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like,
yeah, I just get a little. I love it. So
okay.
She lost her screen, girl. What's going on, girl?
I'm so sorry. Go find them.
Go find them. It's gonna be okay. Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Maybe you'll find your screws tomorrow.
You'll find them tomorrow.
So one of the many topics that we were gonna plan to talk about. Where do you want to go? How do you want to start?
Let's talk about episode 25 of America.
Girl.
Let's talk about episode 25 of America.
All right. So Big Daddy Biden was like, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Out.
And he was like, but my homegirl, she gonna take it. She gonna hold it down. And she was like, bet, I've been waiting on you, Joe. Like, what have you been waiting? What have you been doing?
What are we doing?
And she was like, I got this. So homegirl been out there on the campaign trail.
On the campaign trail. Let's talk about our girl. I never can pronounce it. Is it Kamala? Sure. Because I've heard people say Kamala, but I feel like that's wrong. Anyways,
I don't know where the emphasis is.
I don't know where it is.
Emphasis is. I don't want to put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Not. Anyway.
No, that's facts, girl. That's facts.
Yes. Kamala. Thank you. Okay, see? I said Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala.
Kamala. Anyways, Kamala Harris, our girl, out here in these streets doing her thing. And I absolutely love it. Yo, when she stepped up.
Yeah.
She was like real quiet in the back for like the last 4 years. She was like, I'm just going to be back here. Nobody needs to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "You're gonna be president." She's like, "Hey y'all,
Right, I'm in this
here.
bitch.
Hello."
Like, there I go again.
There it seems.
Sorry.
I've done pretty good so far.
I have not.
You are.
It's fine. I'm doing it for the both of us.
You're
It's
ruining it.
fine.
But she came out hard.
Yeah,
and I'm
she did.
super excited about it because it actually made me feel a little hopeful. I said a little.
Yeah. It's cool. I'll say it is cool.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
Because America has shown us time and time again.
It's crazy.
How it's gonna be.
It's crazy.
And what it's gonna do.
And what it's gonna do.
And
we'll see.
We'll see.
Although, just saying, Black people save America.
First of all,
all the time. Let's just be real.
Homeboy has been going to speak at things, which nobody should allow this man to speak anywhere in public. He was at a Black journalist event, something like that. And they were asking him a bunch of questions. And he chose to tell these good people that Kamala's been repping her South Asian side and he didn't even know she was Black until recently. Now all of a sudden she ran for president. Now she Black. Because like you can't have multiple things in your genetics.
No.
Because that doesn't exist.
Well, white people don't understand that.
Which is crazy because all of them is mixed up too.
I know. But they're just a bunch of mixed up white. So
it's still mixed up.
Yeah.
But he was like, she's never. It was crazy.
Long story
short, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he should not be allowed to speak in public.
No.
Ever. But it's like that drunk uncle that
you're like, hush.
You're like, boy, if you don't sit
like Donald, go in the back.
Will you go take a nap?
Yeah, go get him his plate.
Take a nap, Unc. I need you to go.
Yeah.
Like I cannot.
It's an interesting one.
It's wild.
So we will see what happens in this season of America.
Woo!
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
To say the least. To say the least.
But I'm here for it. Front row seats.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see what she does. So far, I mean, the stuff that I've seen is cool.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot. I did want to mention this, which was super interesting. I've been seeing a lot of like celebrities who have been, putting their support for different people, which, you put your support for whoever you feel like you need to put your support for. But one person in particular, I was very confused about because he was posting about how he, supports Trump and all this. And I was like, okay, you choose what you want to choose. His next post was about how he wants to have equality for men and women, how he wants it to be protected, how he wants to have all these things that like none of the stuff is what's being talked about on the campaign trail. What? And I'm like, are you confused about who you're supporting?
I think it's interesting that Americans, a lot of, I don't want to say all Americans, but a lot of Americans just kind of sort of regurgitate what's being said. So as opposed to like actually educating yourself and going out, like there's a lot of Americans who do. Yeah. But there's also a vast majority who blab crap all over, social media platforms and stuff like that. And they just want to keep talking about, like, they just regurgitate it. Yeah. They don't actually go out like and read anything. They're just like, well, Trump said, and I want,
It was just weird though, because one of the big things that he said is to have to be protected and to have law enforcement be held accountable for their actions that they did, which is in direct contradiction to what homie already said he wanted to do by basically saying like, I don't want them to be accountable for nothing.
Interesting.
And so he put all this in his tweet. Yeah. And I was just like, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Because that's not. That specific thing is not that's not what he's on.
That's not what he's on.
That particular thing. Some of the other stuff maybe. But that one in particular wasn't it. Yeah. And I was like, did you not look at it? Which I'm assuming he just didn't look. Which is, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's very interesting though.
I don't know. Are we still connected, guys? I don't know. We started talking and I just stopped looking at stuff.
We just kept on going. We just was breezing by.
Hopefully y'all are still here. Because we can't tell anyone.
Well, if not, we're just gonna keep keeping on.
Okay.
Like, what else we gonna do?
Right.
Hopefully, it's recording.
Oh, it's not.
Oh yeah,
it's recording on here. It's not recording on the mixer because I forgot to hit the mixer. So, real quick, it's just gonna be a little bit weird, but
it's okay.
Sorry.
She said, it's not.
It's not. I just remember that it's not, which kind of sucks, but it's okay because we'll get the audio from here and it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
All will be right with the world.
Everything will be a-okay.
So, yeah. So do you have any more about this?
No, I'm just really excited. It just feels like it's a little more hopeful. And I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to about it, they were just like, yeah, I'm going to go vote, but I'm just going to vote because I don't really have any other options. So it's like, now that there's a new option, I feel like it's kind of rejuvenated that hopefulness of like, hope, you know, we're going to go out and we're going to go vote. We're, you know, whatever. Yeah. Like it just, especially from like a Democratic side, yeah, Republicans all gun ho for whatever power, whatever's going to increase their power in the world. So, but yeah, so it's just,
it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
I'll never forget.
Yeah. Yes. See?
I mean, that's dope.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, that's dope. I don't want to say what I was going to say.
Don't crush her hope.
I don't want to crush your hope. So I'm going to ignore what I was going to say and we're just going to move on. So yeah, I'm glad that people have hope. I'm glad they have like some form of like restored faith in what's happening with the government.
For sure.
I have my own thoughts.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I am glad that she is running.
Mm-hmm.
I will be interested to see what happens.
Yes.
I am waiting on the negativity to come out. Because it's I feel like
here, girl.
I mean, it's already here, and there's been things that have already been said, but I'm curious if it's about to get worse because, especially now that Trump just found out she's Black,
he's gonna start asking for the birth certificate soon.
Yeah, and I just the comments are gonna end up being insane, and I'm not looking forward to that because I hate that part of it.
No,
it's just
100%.
Like there's no reason to tear down.
Yeah,
But
that's how that party likes to. Anyways,
we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So
let's talk about for just a second.
I'm gonna skip it, girl. I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah. Thanks.
I know it is. I know it is, and that's kind of Oh no, I totally understand where you're coming from on that, and I think that's great because a lot of people do feel that way, and I think it's important to have that thought process so you can get people out there to vote.
Absolutely.
I just have my own thoughts about it, so that's my thing. Again, we don't try to talk about politics on here. We
try
don't.
Not to.
I know we had an episode that we literally talked about nothing but politics, and we're doing a good chunk of it now.
Yeah,
but we try to stay away from it.
We do. We try.
But yeah. This is I'm gonna keep them to myself.
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the fact that we went out the other day.
Okay, wait. Okay, which part?
Not the concert.
I thought we were talking about the concert. No, we went to a concert. And we had so much fun.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the concert. Okay. I'm excited to talk about it. So we went to a concert.
And we saw Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Busta Rhymes, and Sierra, and Trina made an appearance.
Yeah, Trina. Oh, that's right. Trina did make an appearance.
That concert was fire.
So good.
So good. So good. So much fun. My little heart just sang, soared, flied, twerked. It did everything.
It did everything. It did all the things.
I had so much fun. It was
such a good time. I just feel like the beginning of the concert didn't really know what Timbaland was doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he dancing? Is he just up on stage jumping? Plus, we were kind of in like
seats. We were high up.
So your girl's already blind, and I was wearing sunglasses. So I wasn't wearing like regular glasses, and I don't wear contacts, so I raw dog it all the time. But
you're just risking her life.
I do all the time. But I just couldn't see the stage. It was so small. But when Missy came out, like
everything kind of got
really
bigger.
Good.
Yeah.
And Sierra's like whole performance was great. Busta's was cool.
Yeah.
I could take it or leave it, but other than that, like the light show, girl, that
light guy, I don't know who you are, light guy,
but
light lady. Yeah. But y'all were working overtime.
Overtime.
That light show was amazing.
You know what we're talking about? Like they are pressing all these buttons. It's probably just programmed.
I don't care.
Just, like making sure shit is.
They did their thing. They hit start, and I don't care.
That was perfect. Did it. That was a lot of work.
That mess was amazing.
That was such a good time.
Amazing.
That was such a good time.
It was literally a millennial wet dream.
It was.
And when I tell you the thing that was so cool about it for me when Sierra was on and 1-2-Step was on, actually Goodies and 1-2-Step.
Yeah.
I was looking around and you just see everybody just so happy and excited and dancing, and just you could tell like everybody waiting on this.
Yeah, the girl next to me was having a good old time.
Oh yeah, she was
all the time.
She was living her whole entire life
in my ear. She was living her whole life.
She was like, woo!
Like in my ear, bro. Like it was bad.
Yeah,
It was bad.
crazy.
Literally, I was doing this. I knew when she was about to scream, so I would just put my finger up like this and just close my ears. And DJ kept laughing.
No, because this one right here she ain't no good. Because
Petty.
homegirl was screaming next to her, and at some point she had enough, and so she was screaming right along with her.
Yeah, I really was.
Same pitch,
Yeah,
same length of time.
Girl, I wanted to turn over and be like in her face, like in her ear.
That mess was insane.
Oh my god, homegirl was annoying me.
Yeah, but
and like she was having a good time, so I wasn't about to like kill her vibe because like her vibe was like really vibing.
Yeah, she was vibing.
But I was 100% being old and was like that.
No, it was nice though. We've actually been kind of on a kick of just doing stuff lately.
Doing stuff, going out, like doing different events. Like it's been such a good time.
Yeah.
It's just what I wanted to do all year. Like that was kind of on our bucket list to go out and do more shows and see more live music. And it's been awesome.
I think that's what, I know this was what we were planning on talking about, but hey, we're here. I think that's what's so cool about being in the age that we're at right now is because the things that I wanted to do in my 20s was literally circled around drinking and going to the club, and that's literally it. And I feel like now I'm like, I want experiences. Like I want to go to concerts and see artists that I love. I want to go to a museum,
have the memories, build those memories.
I want to do some of those extra things. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind going to the bar and hanging out. I still love doing those things, but like the importance of that being like all I do is very, very different.
Very different.
So
very different.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's been such a good time.
It has been a good time. This month is about to be a good time.
Oh, this month is about to be wild. We're about to be out in the streets almost every weekend.
Yeah,
almost every week. Only until like 12 o'clock though. Because like I usually am like,
we gotta go.
By like 11:30, I'm like, are we done? Can we get this?
School night. I need to go to bed.
Glizzy, I'm tired.
We have tried to get a glizzy now twice. And if you've heard other episodes, you know we love to get glizzy.
Glizzy King.
And Glizzy King has not been out both times that we have attempted to get it.
We just didn't even attempt the first time. We went to go downtown.
Everything was blocked off. That's right.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not driving around for 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get a hot dog. Like, I'm not doing it.
No, that's facts. That's facts. So,
but the other day, I was about it. I was
too
severely disappointed when they weren't there.
Yeah, we got up on that street and just looked, and there wasn't a cart in sight.
There wasn't a cart in sight. And my little legs were moving to get there. I was booking it through that crowd when we got out of the concert. Sad. It was a very sad day. But we went and had Old Faithful.
Yeah, we did go to Old Faithful, which is Ale House. That's our Old Faithful.
That's our Old Faithful.
So apparently 30 and up, you go to Ale House after a night out on the town.
No. Singers.
Oh, never mind.
Girl, we don't have long.
I know, that's why
we can't be talking about singers.
I know. All right. So
then the other event that we went to, let's talk about that.
Okay.
First of all, we went to this R&B event.
Which
great
was
event.
The music,
absolutely amazing.
The music, the venue, the vibe, everything was there. It was
DJs
perfect.
were fire.
Yeah.
Like, the music was on point. Everything was there. We were dressed up, right? So what did it specifically say in the email?
It was upscale attire or something.
Upscale attire, right? Upscale nightlife attire. Okay. We come in dressed in very cute fitted black dresses, heels. I had like gold rings on. She was like, we were done up. Cool. Then people were swooping up in there in sneakers and my feet were hurting and I was pissed. I was so mad. And then I felt so freaking old. Anyways, I felt old. Like I felt so old leaving, and I was like, and just being there, and people were like trying to twerk and like coming up in, and I was like, that's what upscale attire looks like now. I was like, am I overdressed? Like, I got in my head about it a little bit, but also my feet were hurting.
Yeah,
my back was hurting, and I was like, man,
my dumb little self decided to wear heels I've never worn.
Oh my god.
I thought I was gonna die. I did. I was like, I'm gonna die. My whole little foot was little heels too. They were little, they were tall. I was just like, girl, your knees.
It wasn't even your knees, girl. Your whole foot was
my whole foot.
Out.
So I have a very narrow foot. But I wear a big size shoe. And that don't mix well.
No.
So homegirl's foot was just slipping out the whole time, and I was like, I'm gonna break my ankle here.
Yeah.
I had my slides in the car though.
She was walking pretty funny.
I was walking bad. I was trying to be cute, but like
She was walking pretty funny.
I needed like 2 more holes in that thing before they fit.
Just to strap them up.
Yeah, and then I would have been fine. Which I
Yeah.
don't even know where those shoes are.
They're in my car. I saw them the other day and I was like,
I was in my bag and I'm like, I don't have these shoes.
Yeah,
Where are they?
they're in my car.
Anyway.
But yeah, I just felt like, I don't know. Going out sometimes, I've never felt that old going out. I always feel like every time we've gone someplace, like it's been very chill. It's been very low key, which this was also chill and low key, but it was like, there was a lot of young people in there.
I think.
And I did not expect it.
I think that's
what
why.
it was.
So like, I think the reason why that even was a feeling is because I think from the advertisement of it and like how I don't want to even say the advertisement of it because it really didn't have anything to do with the advertisement. It was just, I think my expectation in particular was that an R&B event, I in my head automatically was like, oh, it's going to be like 25 and up, or it's going to be like 30 and up. Like that's just kind of where I went with it. So when we got there and as people started coming in, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. I did find out though that there's normally a different event there. And so a lot of those people that did come in were coming for the event that they thought was there.
Oh,
so that was another reason as to why.
I got it.
You know what I mean?
I got it. That makes sense. I mean, a lot of people look beautiful though. Some people were like really dressed and decked out, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We were on the same wavelength when we was getting dressed.
Yeah.
So appreciate that.
Yeah. But the drinks at that spot.
So can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah, the mocktails?
Yeah. So I don't drink. Y'all know this, or if you've watched any of the other episodes, you know I'm a recovering alcoholic. I don't do any sort of alcohol. Haven't done alcohol in well over 10 years. So I went in and I saw that they had a mocktail list and I was like, okay, cool. Let me get this mocktail. Didn't realize. Then I looked and I saw the list and I was like, there's tequila in it. And she was like, no, it's like non-alcoholic tequila. And I was like, that sounds, in my head, I didn't say it out loud though, that sounds disgusting. Why? First of all, when I was drinking, I never wanted to drink tequila. Like I drank tequila to get up. Like that was the purpose of drinking tequila.
Yeah.
If I was ingesting it, it was so that I could be blackout drunk and have a blast on my own. But why would anybody want to?
Oh, thanks, Abby, for stopping by.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. Have a good night.
So I didn't I don't know why anybody would want to drink non-alcoholic tequila
or non-alcoholic beverages in general.
Yeah.
So I have a friend that has there's non-alcoholic wine. There's which is like juice, right?
Well, it has. So here's the thing too. Non-alcoholic beer and beverages and stuff like that, like the O'Douls and stuff like that, those actually have a very, very, very small percentage of alcohol in it.
Oh, okay.
I have known people who were in recovery and who relapsed, who drank a whole case and got drunk off of a whole case. Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because it does have a very, very small percentage of alcohol in it.
I did not know
which
that.
is the reason why I don't do anything non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like if it's a mocktail, give me some juice and a little bit of in it and make it look pretty.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't want anything else.
So I had never actually, I didn't know that there was non-alcoholic like alcohol. Like I didn't know that like beer existed without the alcohol. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So I had some and it was, it was different.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different experience. But yeah, I mean, that kind of, she's like, oh, it just tastes like tequila. And I'm like, tequila's nasty. Why would you want a mocktail that just tastes like tequila? Yeah, I had tequila on Sunday and I was like, okay, this isn't terrible, but like.
Yeah. She said a lot of people liked the drink, but I was like, nah, you know what? I'm good. I'll just take my usual club soda with lime. Like, I'm solid.
No, that's fair.
But it was interesting. It was an interesting experience.
It was a cool experience. The vibes were great.
The vibes were so great. Good. The music was the music was fire.
It was fire.
Because every song that came on, I was like,
a vibe, like just straight bop. It was great.
So good.
So we actually did like a couple of throwback things. I'm thinking about it because we went to the concert and then we went to that event.
That was nice. Yeah. And we're about to go to that 2000s.
Oh yeah, that's
the 2000s party.
24th.
August 24th. That's gonna be dope.
That is gonna be dope.
It's gonna be a really good time.
All of his parties are like great parties.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Me too. So something that we wanted to talk about. This is more of a serious topic.
A little bit.
Something that we wanted to talk about is, I guess, not that serious. Anyway. We want to talk about the experiences of people and how you can still end up in the same place, even though you may have completely different experiences.
Yeah.
And it could be bad experiences. It could be great experience, but you end up still being in the same place. And something that was interesting about that. I don't even know why it came up, but I was looking around at work, and there was some conversations that were happening about, some people grew up in families that were like super, super well off, and they never had to worry about nothing. And you got people who, like, everybody had a different background, but we were all working at the same place. You know what I mean? And it's just always so interesting to me how you can go through different things and still end up in a place as somebody who's had everything that they've ever hoped for and more.
Yeah.
And was able to go a different route. You can still end up in that same place. And I just think it's really cool.
It's super crazy because, like, when I was going to some of these meetings, when I was like first getting sober, there were so many people through all sorts of different walks of life, and who had so many different childhood experiences. Like, I knew somebody very well who, I don't want to say any names, but I knew somebody very well who actually came from a very well-off family, very Winter Park, very like white picket fence, had, college paid, always had, somebody bought their car, blah, blah, blah. And then, here's me coming in who had a very shitty childhood, who had to struggle and figure out how to get her own car first, who had to, hustle and do all the things, and who had been working since she was like 10 years old. You know what I mean? And it was like, we both ended up in the same spot. It was crazy how, like, it doesn't necessarily like matter kind of what your childhood is. It just kind of matters. I mean, it does. It does to an extent, but it doesn't at the same time, because, like, I also know people who came from just shittier childhood backgrounds, than what I have. And they are doctors, and they are, residents, and they are out here doing their thing. And, like, it's just crazy how that happens.
No, it is crazy, because it's like, dang, so you can have somebody that has this really crazy background and has soared and made these great achievements in life. You have somebody that had everything handed to them, or you could have somebody that has always been well off, loving home, all that. And then they're like strung out on something crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like, you never know what the situation is. And I was thinking about it because of that, I was just kind of looking like, damn, like, everybody has a different background, but we're all here. Like, nobody's any different in that aspect, because you can still make it, or you can not make it, but you can still be in the same, like, good case in point. There was a person that came in. I'm not going to say where, I'm not going to say why, but they came in, and they were on drugs really bad, had OD'd a lot, and eventually, both doctors in like something crazy, like psych. One was like a psych doc, and one was something in chemistry or something like that. They're both like really high up doctors, and they both were just like done with life. And went to drugs. And it's like so interesting.
It is interesting.
Because it's like, what is the switch?
What's the switch?
That's, I guess, something that I think about from time to time. Because I'm like, what is the switch that makes somebody like be like, everything's cool, and then just be,
I'm gonna fight to, like,
blow up your life?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
But there's also like people that I know that have grown up in like poverty and stuff like that, who turn to the streets, who turn to gangs, who turn to selling drugs, who turn to, illegal and criminal activity or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's also, I know people who come from the same block who's out here, again, a whole doctor doing all sorts of shit.
Yeah. It's a mindset thing. I think
it's just crazy.
I mean, I think about in my own family how I have some family members that grew up in the same situation, and they went completely different ways. Same exact situation, and one went this way and one went that way, and you're like, how did she get it? How did he not get it? Or how did he get it? How did she, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like, how did one way figure it out, and how did another? It's very interesting.
Well, it's like, I mean, just even in my family alone, like my mother and my uncle, like my uncle owns a multi-million-dollar company, and my mom's out here drinking. So it's like, what? And they came from same, their parents were together up until they were probably in their 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And like my grandparents stayed together for that long, but it's like they went different ways. It's real crazy how that happens.
It is crazy. It's interesting though.
It is.
And it's something to, going back to I know I talk about this freaking docuseries or documentary all the time, but it goes back to the 3 Identical Strangers when they were doing those case studies on people's mental health and how they grew up and how they would be if they grew up in the same home.
Haven't watched it.
Crazy show, but please please watch it. It's
Yeah.
it's really messed up. It really shows you how crappy people are.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it enough anyway.
Yeah.
But it
Add another layer.
Add another layer. But it shows that even with that situation where you had these certain situations set up in a way that all these people should thrive.
Yeah.
Even in those situations, it failed. And it goes to show you like that don't really matter as much as they thought.
It does not matter.
Because it was a nurture versus nature thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture. And it still didn't really, I mean, it changed the outcome for some of them, but most of them still struggled with mental health issues.
Yeah.
So,
which I think is very interesting.
It is very
because
interesting.
I've always been a firm believer in like it's a balance between nature versus nurture sort of deal. Because like, you know, if you come out and your brain's not wired properly, there's nothing you can do about it. But if you come out and your brain's wired relatively okay, and then you are thrown in a crazy ass situation and you turn left, like, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. That's like crazy. It's like, you know, in the science community, like that's just such a huge debate and like a very big conversation and topic.
Yeah, it is. It's just interesting.
It is very interesting.
I'm always curious about like, what is it?
What is it?
Why does it exist?
Why is it
Why are we here?
Existential crisis with Deidre and I.
Hello.
We go into talking about being like, what was the last conversation we had about it? Oh, the different dimensions. How it ooh, it's a good time.
That conversation always gets me.
Yeah.
Always gets me. Because actually, no, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Because I always I get weirded out about it. Because then you got different dimensions, but then you got different like time. What's the word? Timelines. Yeah. There we go. That's what the word I was thinking of. You got different timelines, and those certain timelines you might have the same group of people, but then those people, maybe you got a timeline where like I'm a forensic autopsy tech in this timeline. My other timeline, maybe homegirl's like a multi-billionaire CEO of some high accounting firm, which would be crazy because I'm terrible in math. But maybe that Deidre got it. Deidre got it. So
there's a me out there who's a doctor who's doing all the great things in life, and
there's a me out there that's living in the forest, and she's just living her best life as a fairy.
Oh my god! If I could just live naked in a forest, I'd be so happy. Maybe not naked, occasional nudity, but
I don't know. The bugs out there, real wild.
In treehouse. If I were in a treehouse, yeah,
fully furnished with electricity.
Yeah. I do still like my creature comfort. Yeah.
Need some AC.
Yeah. Some bug spray. But I'll definitely wear a little white flowy gown and looking for berries.
Just have like leaves and flowers in my hair.
Berries that I planted and that are grown there that I know are safe.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. But yeah, just thinking about like the different timelines and the different dimensions. And then that one day we had that conversation about how the the world does this. And how many times has it done this?
How many times has it exploded and come back? This is what we talk about.
From time to time.
A lot of times.
And we just be sitting here chilling.
Just chit
I know these sound like some crazy conversations, but we be just in here.
We be in here.
Talking.
All the time.
That's what it be.
And literally how we're talking right now.
Yeah.
Is how we talk on a regular.
Yeah.
Except more cussing.
Yeah. Yeah,
because we usually like boop, 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 every time.
We're just gonna post a clip on TikTok or Instagram, and it's just gonna be like boop and boop. But because boop.
It'll be a good time.
It'll be a good time. So,
anyways, this is really exciting that we're doing a live right now.
I'm excited about the fact that we're doing a live, but man, it's throwing me off.
Why?
I don't know.
I feel like we're flowing pretty good.
Better
than we usually.
I mean,
do.
Yeah, we are because we have to.
Usually, yeah, we have to keep going.
Yeah,
I really think you should do stand-up comedy.
Why did you throw that out on live? Why are you throwing that out on live? Y'all hear that? Y'all did not hear that.
Join in, and encourage Deidre to do it because she is so fucking funny, especially on the fly. Like, it just gets me. It just gets me going.
Just put me out there like that. No, I would love to try it. I hate to say this, and I never thought I would admit this, but I'm a little bit more shy than I thought.
Yeah.
When it comes to speaking in public.
Yeah.
And I remember being in school and like having my public speaking class and having to like read a paper out loud, and I would always be up there like this.
I can't do it.
Terrified. Yeah, I would push through it, but I would be terrified. And that's my concern with doing stand-up. Like they have open mic nights around here all the time.
Yeah.
Even when I went to an open mic night and I thought about signing up, I
Yeah.
started shaking.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think you should. I think she would do a beautiful job.
thanks, girl.
Yeah.
I like your faith in me.
Oh, always.
I appreciate that.
Always. So I just want to mention now before we continue on and like keep talking, just kind of throw it out there a little bit. This live, the full video of the live is going to be on our Patreon. So if you want to go see the unedited version and you want to hear us cuss and you want to hear us whatever. Whatever. It's gonna be on our Patreon. So we have a Patreon up now, which is super cool.
Yeah.
We're also gonna be adding other little clips and stuff like that on there that we have, and just some shit that's been kind of edited out. So feel free to go check that out. But if you miss the live, you can catch it on Patreon, or you can catch the edited version on YouTube.
Yep.
That's where it's gonna be.
That's where it's gonna be.
That's where it's
I don't
gonna
know.
be.
I mean, I think it might be on Twitch as well if I save it that way.
See, I was gonna say that, but I don't know enough.
Yeah, I can save it that way. They probably won't be up long if I'm being honest.
That's cool.
But YouTube is where it's gonna be, where it usually is. And it's gonna be, obviously audio is gonna be on all other streaming like podcast streaming services. Yes.
And stuff.
So the
audio is still gonna be out.
Yeah, the episodes will still come out on Tuesdays. It will be this episode. So we're not doing something new. It'll be this.
It'll literally be this, because we have a lot going on in our lives and we don't have like 7 days out of the week to record.
No, we don't. Unfortunately, we have to go to our regular jobs.
Yes, which I can't stand. So let's go ahead and start with the subscribers and more people watching, so we can make this our full-time job and we can just entertain people.
True.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Let's go.
True.
Support.
So support. So
what's up?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was gonna say something and it like flew out of my mind.
Did
you see Leave too? I was like, oh.
She was like, bye, girl.
Yeah, I was like, okay, come back soon.
Catch you later.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting we are live. Okay. I don't even think there's that many people watching, which is like cool.
That's cool. Look at us. Look at those 3 people in here. Thanks for being
y'all.
here.
I think 2 of them are us.
Well, whoever's still here and present, we appreciate it.
Any hoozle. Sorry.
Okay.
Golly, the weird just jumps out sometimes. I can't contain it.
It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What were we talking about before?
I don't know. We somehow took a derail on dimensions and timelines.
We really did.
That got weird fast.
We were talking about life differences and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just want to say, like, and I was thinking about this. I think this morning, actually, I'm actually really enjoying my 30s. I really love it.
I agree with you on that. I will say there has been some curveballs.
Yeah.
But the curveballs have been like more health related.
Yeah.
But even with that, even despite all of that craziness, 30s have been kind of lit.
It's been really good.
I think it's just a difference in the amount of I give is just it's diminishing quickly.
Not really there.
And like I feel like as I get closer and closer to my birthday, like the less I care about. And I'm like, yes.
Exactly.
Like I don't care.
I used to be like super, especially in my 20s. I used to get super stressed over stuff. Like I have to fix this. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to work more. I've got to da 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 da. And now I come home and I'm like, well, dogs threw up on the floor. It's okay.
It'll be all right.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's cool. I'm just like, nothing.
It doesn't. I think the things of importance that were such big deals when we were younger are just not that big of a deal anymore. Because you realize like you just don't have it anymore for that same thing, because there are other things that matter.
Yeah.
And one of the big things that matters for us that I know we both share is peace, having your form of peace in whatever way that looks like for you. And I think that's probably why we just, as we get older, we're just like, that don't fit me. So that doesn't fulfill me. I don't need it in around. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, and there's it's like super cool because like since I've gotten in my 30s, I've started doing like different hobbies.
Same.
Like new hobbies and
Same.
stuff. And like, you know, I started painting with you
Yeah.
and like painting more. And then I bought like a whole kit for like book binding.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to like rebind my books because I have a shit ton of books because I read a lot. Like, and I bought a Kindle. I'm so excited. Anyways, but I want to like, you know, do new stuff and try new things and taste new foods and like just be like, hey, you know, here I am out here, you know, trying to start a new hobby or whatever. And if I don't like it, then cool. Like I tried watercolors and I was like, this is trash. I don't want to do this shit.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. My flower looks like a blob.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. So wasn't a big fan of the watercolors, but yeah, it's just like I'm just trying new stuff.
I think it's important to try new things. Like if you ever feel like bored or stagnant or whatever in life, like I feel like trying something.
Did you say stagnant?
Stagnant.
I never
flirted a little bit.
I was like, Bob?
No.
Are you trying Bob right now?
No. Stagnant.
If
you feel stagnant.
I
see now it's in my head and I can't unhear it. But I feel like when I have those times, like picking up a new thing, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Even if it's not new, if it's just something that I used to do or whatever, just starting it again.
Yeah.
Like I tried. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, at the time it worked really well, but now that I have this freaking laptop, it's not compatible, but I had a drawing tablet.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to make logos.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not for me.
Not.
Hey, back But yeah, I mean, I think that's the fun thing about this period.
Yeah.
It's just experiencing different things and trying different things, trying different food, trying different places.
Yeah.
You know, just again, getting those experiences.
100%. But also like, if I don't want to do something, I don't do it. If I don't have the energy, I'm just like, hey, I don't have the energy. And people who are the same age as me is like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, if I was like, I don't have energy, I would be like,
I'm going to go anyway because I told so-and-so I'm going to go out.
Exactly. Or people would be like, come on, don't be a bitch. Come out, blah, blah, blah. Come party or whatever. Because I'm like, you know, well, not all my 20s, but like early 20s was like, you know, partying a lot. But
especially when it's like, oh, I'm the life of the party. Let me go be the life of the party. And it's like, I just want to sit down.
For real. I had plans with my homegirl the other day and I was like, I texted her and I was like, hey girl, I just don't have it. And she's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe another time. I was like, cool. And then I was a couch potato for like the whole day. And that's what I needed.
And those are the best days.
Oh my God. Or just laying up in my bed.
Love it.
Bro, I got up putting a TV in that bedroom. I do not leave the bed sometimes. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to stay here and watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes I feel like our bodies need that. Because
I don't know about my back.
I mean, my back. I don't know about my back. I got that new mattress, and I'm like, yes, bad. Welcome. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think one of the biggest things too is, and I was paying bills in my 20s and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's different. Yeah. Because I want to be at home enjoying all the shit that I pay for monthly.
100%.
I want to just walk in the house and be like, ooh, the air's on. This is nice. I just want to hit a light switch and be like, woo! I paid for this. Sit on the couch that I paid for. Just open doors in the house, looking around like, yeah, this is me.
This is where I live. This is what I do.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
It is.
And I love that. Discovering the stuff.
I do too.
It's great. It's great times.
I love that.
You know, we had a weird, this is kind of random, but we were talking about music today at work. Mm-hmm. And they were introducing each other to new music, like that, not like new music that just came out, but like new artists to them, like that they may never heard of. And we were all just sharing different things, and they were like, "Oh, this is really cool," or "Oh, I've never heard this before." And I was like, "Yeah, new experiences."
People get like super surprised by the amount of different music that my taste in music is very eclectic.
Same.
So I don't listen to country. That is like pretty much the one genre I don't listen to. Not a fan. I do not like it. The twangy sounds. It hurts my ears. Not a fan. But I listen to all sorts of different shit. Yeah. Like, you know, the other day I put on blues, or I'll listen to some jazz. I'll listen to like some crazy prog jazz, or I'll turn around and listen to like, I don't know, some Billie Holiday, or I'll listen to System of a Down, you know, and it's just like, I have this crazy eclectic music. Same. So it's like, I love getting new shit because I'm like, oh, you listen to baby metal? Cool.
Speaking of, baby metal is going to be here.
Oh, no.
Yes, they're going to be at House of Blues. Wait, House of Blues or whatever. I always get them confused. House of Blues and Hard Rock, whatever. They're going to be at one of them.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, they're going to be here.
Oh, we got to go watch them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's going to be very
fun.
I love that.
I saw that. I was like, oh, I got to tell Shelby.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no,
Adventures.
I agree with you because I also feel like I have a super wide range of music tastes.
Yeah.
And people are always thrown off by that.
Yeah. But I love the bonding that you can get when you're talking to people like about music, and like you can be like, hey, I listened to this. Have you heard this? And they're like, oh, I've listened to that. But have you heard this? It's similar to this, blah, blah, blah. And I love it. And I like underground shit. Like I want to listen to stuff that's not really out.
I just like the sharing of music because it's like there's no music is universal. Like you don't have to, like I listen to a lot of music that's not in English.
Yeah.
And
I do too.
I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
Yeah.
I can get the vibe and I can kind of get the feeling of it. Like I remember one day we were playing something at work completely in Spanish and Carlos was like, do you know what this is? And I was like, I don't know what there's, I think I told him what they were talking about. He's like, how did you know that? And I was like, I just kind of could sense it from what the vibe of it was. And he's like, no, you were right. I'm like, thanks. But
I do Duolingo.
I do Duolingo. I'm actually fluent in Spanish. I've been doing it for 465 days.
Hey!
Yes, your girl is fluent.
Love that.
I'm just saying I'm not. Please don't ask me to speak anything because I'm not. But
she does it really well. Please don't let her lie.
So I heard the song in Russian the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
What's it really?
Girl, I don't know what they were saying.
But was it like metal? Like what type of?
It sounded kind of. It didn't sound like. Okay, have you ever heard of Maynard Gims?
No.
Okay. It's like he's a French artist that I like, but he is a sing-songy that's like kind of almost sounds like opera, but it's also like hip hop and rap. I showed you some of his stuff.
Yeah.
So he has that kind of like sing-songy opera. That's what the Russia song was, but it also had like a really dope beat behind it.
Crazy.
But it was just so like powerful and soulful, and I was like, this shit is good.
Yes.
He might be like, I hate everybody that exists. I hope they all die, and I'm like, yeah. Woo!
No, inside voice, inside voice, Deidre. God damn.
Oh, like, turn the volume down.
Turn the little volume down real quick.
But yeah, it was really cool, and I don't know. I like discovering new stuff.
No, I love it. I think that's dope.
Yeah,
and I mean, send it to me because you know I'm gonna want to.
Yeah, it was on Instagram. I'll have to send it to you. I downloaded it, but I don't remember what it's called because there's not any letters or characters that I recognize. Yeah. So if I can find it again, I'll send it to you.
Send it to me.
You're gonna be like, damn, okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be like a whole vibe.
Yeah, it was nice.
I love it though.
He was singing his little heart out.
Love that shit. Oh my god, it's so good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Listen, I like not being able to understand the music sometimes because it's like you can just feel it and it's different. A lot. I mean, I don't really listen to some lyrics. I'll listen to, but I just like I don't know. I'm not one of those people that are like I need to learn the lyrics right now. Like I'm just not. But I'm like oh, this is a bop.
Yeah,
this is cool.
No, I get it because that's how I felt about. So this is the thing. For anybody that does not know, and many of y'all probably do know, but I am a big BTS fan.
Yeah.
Is that
no? Okay. Continue on.
I'm a big BTS fan, and when I first got into BTS, I still don't really know much Korean, but I have an idea. But the thing about their songs was I would get the vibe off of them, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is what it's about." Then I read the lyrics, and I was like, "Yo, this is not what it's about." But the vibe is like body rolling, like it's real sexy. Yeah, but they're talking about like overthrowing the government, and you're like, "What?" What? Not really, but like you know what I mean. Like
I was
it's
like, where's that song?
No. It's not. But they're talking about like some really heavy things, and you're like, that's not the vibe I got because it's definitely giving me R&B body roll vibes. Yeah, and you're like, oh damn.
Oh cool.
So, but I do. Yeah, so I do like that aspect because you can get a vibe off of it and the feeling from how it sounds. But sometimes if you do look up the lyrics, it is not at all what you think. Yeah, and that can kind of throw it off.
Yeah, so, I get that.
I don't know.
But anyways, but music is life.
Music is life.
And
I love
music. It's a
music.
great bonding.
I feel it is a good bonding. I feel like sharing music between people is so intimate.
It really is.
It sounds silly, but I feel like it's very intimate because it's like showing a part of yourself to somebody. Porn. It is like life. What?
A lot of people don't believe me or will make stupid comments about like, well, you're just white for listening to that or whatever. But like the fact that I listen to heavy metal, like I listen to screamo metal, like sometimes I do that and I'm in a great mood, you know, and I've got like playing.
Girl, every time I'm in decomp, I listen to System of a Down.
Yeah.
Every single time.
But I'm just like, you know, people don't really believe it. So it is kind of intimate and it's like you share it with somebody and people might think you're stupid for listening to it.
No, that is true. Because I have shared some things with people and they're like,
yeah,
I didn't listen to that. On the other end, I've shared things with people and they were shocked.
Yeah.
Especially if I share BTS stuff with people because they're like, I'm not listening to it. And they listen to it, they're like,
I actually like BTS, so
they stuff is fine.
Because of you. you did them right.
Thanks.
You did them right.
I try to set up a playlist based off people's taste. It's hard for you because your taste is all over the place, but they have a song for like
really
everything.
Is everywhere.
It is, but they have a song for like every part that you can think of. And I think we have kind of similar style taste in music, and so I was like, you're gonna like pretty much anything. There's some stuff I just don't like, and it's just what it is. But
sorry, I'm just laughing about my porn comment.
Girl, I'm yeah.
That out. I'm like, what? So luckily there's only 3 people in here. Sorry you're here, and if you're listening,
hey guys, thanks for
joining.
This is our what would you call this?
What?
Our stream. What are we doing right now? It's just kind of all over the place.
That's pretty much what we do, though. Is when we talk, it's kind of all over the place, and then we edit most of the shit out.
That's fact.
We reorganize shit.
We have a little bit. Yeah, we have a little bit better. Like this is that, but this was kind of a random one anyway.
Well, we just honestly we just wanted to make sure this worked. To be real, like we're here and we were like, well, hopefully it works. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
and was like,
it wasn't looking so good earlier.
It was not. I was ready to panic, but I just kept playing Candy Crush to try to chill out. So.
I was panicking internally.
She was. I could feel it,
girl.
It like radiates off a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it was happening. But I was doing the best I could.
Anyways, It's almost 9:00. I don't know do we want to wrap it up or we want to keep going?
Yeah, I mean we could. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't care. I don't really have much else to talk about.
Right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been fun.
Did you want anything? Did you want to say anything else?
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
This has been fun.
It's been a good time.
We will be back next week. We will have a new set of things that we will be discussing.
Yeah.
Maybe some things we can pull up, some games and such.
Hell yeah. We've got a couple games that we definitely want to play.
Yeah. So thank you guys for everybody that did join us. This is our first successful live stream. And we surprised ourselves today.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, I was actually very surprised it worked. I went in being like, well, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna go get McDonald's and lay on my couch. That's what I'm gonna do. So cool. Glad you guys were here. Stay tuned. Like Dee said, we're gonna do this every Thursday. Opens up at 7, starts at 8, goes until about 9 o'clock.
7:30.
Sorry, 7:30. Thank you. Yeah. Opens at 7:30, starts exactly at 8 ish.
Yeah.
And then goes till about 9ish. So we're here. We'll be here every Thursday now. This is what we do. And then if you missed the live, and because this is for all of those who are watching the YouTube recording episode, the edited version, if you missed the live, go onto our Patreon and definitely go ahead and catch what you've missed, and all that good stuff. Like, share, follow, subscribe. And thanks for the support, and those who were here, we really appreciate it. It was a good time.
It was a good time. Now I'm going to try to get out of this and not have us look crazy at the same time.
Yeah. My face might be all up in the camera. Yeah. You might see my hot ass breath. Like,
damn, not through the camera. Never mind. Bye. Bye guys. Thanks.